So as a few of you are about to see before we get into the Mario World playthrough once more, just want to double check something on my end real fast. Okay, I have to go ahead and fix that because this is something that unfortunately happened to me recently. My old set of headphones broke. And I had them for a very long time. I want to say well over 2 years. And they were Afterglow. They were really, really nice. So unfortunately, I had to go out, get a new pair of headphones. Not much I could do about that. This time I went with Turtle Beach, because the one pair that I did have back from my Xbox days, it lasted even to this day. I think the only real issue it had was having a dual setup, where it required not just an aux input, here, but also a aux input for the microphone. And what ended up happening was, it got a short. After not very long a use, I was not too happy about it, but there's only so much you can control. And that is why I personally recommend using the wireless headsets with USB plug-in. I'm actually using a Turtle Beach headset right now that I've plugged in with USB into my PC, so thankfully I don't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna eat this Koopa right here. And by the way, speaking of which, this is something I recently learned out from one of my dedicated subs who's watching. I do raids with him all the time. His name's RC Blazer. I had no idea that you could duck, and I just want to see if it works really quick. I need to make sure I have room first. And I built it too quick. But apparently, if you duck at a standstill with Yoshi while he has a shell in his mouth that's not red, it'll come out, drop right next to you, and you can pick it up and use it again. And I never knew that. That to me is awesome. I've been playing this game for, I would say, 25 years or so at this point, and I never knew that. So the fact that I'm still learning stuff, to me, is quite amazing. And if I do recall correctly, there is a pipe that I will have to go into if I want to get the last Yoshi coin. It should be floating in mid-air for some reason. I want to make sure I eat that jerk before he spits something out at me. You know what, I don't need it. You know what, let me see if that even works with these. It does! I never knew that. That is really cool. So that is definitely something I'm going to be keeping in mind anytime I play this going forward. And unfortunately, I skipped over the coin, but I'll just come back and do it with Luigi. No big deal. I legit forgot where pardon me, where the other Yoshi coin's at. It's also late at night here, so I just got done with work, got done making my lunch, had dinner, all that stuff. And I only had a few more lives to go with Mario, so I just decided, why not, grind it back up to 99 real quick anyway. And I don't know what it is about, if it's the ROM or what, but for whatever reason, the game will not save whether or not Mario has Yoshi with him. And will require you to actually go back to a top secret area or Yoshi block to get another one. Whereas with Luigi, from what I've noticed, it saves it every time, so not sure what that's about. I'm gonna see if I can keep it. Oh, okay, it will not catch on that platform. That's kind of a bummer. Very carefully, I'm just gonna avoid these Koopas. And I am so sorry to anyone who suffers from epilepsy, because this background probably can't be too good for you. Or even if you easily get motion sick. I'm getting motion sick just looking at this right now. And also, small secret, if you follow, or rather go over that exit there, 3 1-ups off to the right. thankfully, that one's easy to get all the Yoshi coins in one go. And I made a mistake earlier. That fortress you just saw Luigi approach, that's the fortress that I was referring to when my bro and I were playing the GBA part of the game. We unfortunately, well, I stupidly was jumping around like an idiot after beating Reznor, and then we had to go back after beating Bowser. I didn't really get an earful. I mean, the game's easy. We've played it millions of times, so it wasn't a big deal. It just kind of sucked to have to backtrack. Couldn't be helped, though. Now I'm gonna carefully just... Oh, you jerk. And there goes Yoshi again. That's my luck. Oh, I completely forgot about this fight. What's even down here? Coins, some bloopers. Is that all that's down here? Oh, that was disappointing. And I'm going to, once again, backtrack, make sure I get all the coins. I think the last one is towards the end now, but just to be safe. Okay, good, I didn't want the other cape. Don't need that mushroom. Oh, you jerk. Okay, I can continue. You know what? Fuck you. Frickin' Lakitu. I might as well just take this cloud with me. Which, by the way, if anyone is interested or curious at all about glitches in this game, one of the glitches, if you go to the first level off to the right when you start the game, you have to time it very well, but if you somehow do a series of moves involving both a Yoshi and a shell, you can keep the cloud as an infinite second item and spawn it at will. Don't ask me how it's done, because I've never tried it myself. It looks far too complicated. But that is something for you to go and check out if you're interested. If I can find a vid on it, I'll probably link it in the description. It's funny, too, because I had no idea for the longest time you could even do that, either. And where is the last Yoshi coin? I hope I'm not passing over it. Okay. I'm gonna take this with me. Thank you. I forget whether or not that becomes a 1-up each time, or a cape feather. Maybe it depends on what you're holding. I don't know. I would say experiment. And this level is actually a little bit difficult. Oh, like that right there. I gotta die now. I completely forgot about that. That is one of the most dickishly placed Yoshi coins in the whole game. Yeah, kill me. Well, if you're waiting for my first stuff, there you go. And because I feel sorry for Luigi, there you go. Jerk. Seriously, I hate that coin. I think that's the only, like, seriously, dickishly placed coin in the whole game, thankfully. I mean, seriously, they just immediately put it, like, almost out of your reach at the start. Like, that's fair, Nintendo, thank you. I think it was even like that in the GBA port. I'm personally not counting it. If you want to count it, then go ahead. I could have just come in again, but I'm trying to save your time here. And might as well, to be fair. Well, at least now you get to see what happens when you die. And be really careful going over this part. Not too bad at all to get through, as long as you get a cape feather. And I'm gonna scroll the camera. There we go. Frickin' buzzsaws. And up there is actually a cape feather. Whatever, I'll wait. And the last Yoshi coin is right over here. Now, this is optional. You can go all the way to the right here if you want. There's 9 1-ups waiting. I'm gonna try to get it on the first try. So what I recommend doing is get enough momentum to start running, and then just very, very slowly make your way out over there. Maybe not that slow, but just enough so that you make sure you can take your time. Careful. Almost at the end. And there we go. 9 1-ups waiting at the end. And another door to Reznor. Yeah. It's only gonna take me, like, not even a couple seconds to beat Reznor, so I'm not worried. And that's for Game Boy Advance, jerks. And that also unlocks another shortcut to the Star Road. Speaking of which, you know what, I think I'm gonna use that really quick. And this is exactly why I did the Star Road in the Special World first. Just because of this right here. I should have gotten the mushroom on the left first. Oops. Just gonna check what time it is real quick. Don't mind me. Yeah, we'll do a couple more levels, because I am serious about wanting to not take it up as much folks' time. Because like I said previously, not a whole lot of people have that amount of time to sit through a 20 or 30-minute video. And granted, I know I went back to the top secret area, and I'm like super duper lazy with cutting, so if you want to feel free to skip ahead to after I'm done with the top secret area, go ahead. I'm not asking you to edit for me or anything. Just now to tell you how not only inexperienced, but lazy I am with that myself. And I will do another level or two to at least make up for that. This level's not too bad at all as long as you take your time, and also keep in mind that you can't eat the bubbles. You know, just grab a shell and fly through the whole level like I'm doing here. Feel free to abuse the hell out of it. And I would have done the trick that RC informed me about, but obviously that was a red shell, so I wouldn't have been able to keep it anyway. Oh, please don't tell me he makes copies. No. Thank you. He's gonna respawn, isn't he? Of course. Look at that slowdown. I think it's this pipe. jump. I think I may or may not have already mentioned it before, but one of the cool ROM hacks that I did see online was more dinosaurs, and one of the cool things that it did include were when you got hit as Fire Flower or Cake Mario, you go back to Super Mario. And one of the other cool things is there are quite a bit of unique aesthetic changes here and there. For example, a lot of the Koopalings will have their appropriately colored shells. And the thumbnail that you've been seeing me use, where Yoshi, you know, obviously has green arms and they're sort of dipping down, he even included that pose, or all the colored Yoshis in that ROM hack, so I would say it's well worth checking out. And I think since then, he's added a couple of new dinosaurs here and there as well. So, I may have to check that out, honestly, after this playthrough's over. Just to give it a quick look, if anything. Because I think what that ROM hack also does is it does add on all the Yoshi coins from Advance. I could be wrong on that. I would have to go and just read up on the ROM hack itself. It does look really cool, though. A lot of very unique dinosaur designs and even homages here and there. For example, I'm not sure if it's in the Super Mario 64 game where you do ride on a type of dinosaur type thing. It's in there as well. And pardon me, but I completely forgot whether or not I got the 5 Yoshi coins in that stage yet. Okay, everything looks good. Let's say to end this one off, just kick Roy's ass, and then call it apart. And one thing you can do early on here is pan the camera right if you want to just see what's ahead. I wouldn't recommend doing it though, just because it, for some reason, causes the roaming fires to sometimes behave the way they shouldn't. Instant example, they'll clip through this platform when they shouldn't. Like right there, that's a good example right there. It's a good thing I ducked. Just inch your way to the right, make sure all the loose ones come out. That way you don't get hit by the stalactites. Screw them anyway. Very carefully here, avoid the fireballs coming your way. Ouch. Whoa, 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 that was close. I almost died right there, too. No, no, no. Okay. Just dancing with death right now. That was way too close. And you wouldn't know this is Roy by looking at him because, obviously, no colored shades, no pink shell, all that stuff. But just take my word for it, it's Roy. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite endings. Boom. That's even better because it's Luigi. In fact, I'm gonna take a pic of that real quick. Just to send it to my bro. Bear with me just one sec. Okay, one more. Alright, sorry to waste your folks' time with that. I think we're good to call it apart there. And I will catch you guys next time for more Super Mario World Advance, where we start taking on Chocolate Island. Peace.